Good morning and happy Tuesday. It's my Tuesday morning Facebook Live. Quick little innovation this week. I'm using a microphone that hopefully is more directly capturing my voice, so the ambient room echo is not going to be as strong. What I want to talk about this morning is our health. Is it a gift or a curse? Meaning, is our commitment to our health a gift or a curse? Let me talk a little bit about what that means. When I was in college, I was on the crew team, and I have never worked so hard physically in my life. We would do an hour or more of indoor practice during the winter months when we couldn't work out on the water. This would largely be on rowing machines, which were basically like reconfigured bicycles at that time. And they would be excruciating and grueling. I really got to think a lot about what the word grueling means. And then we'd be charged with going and running, 30 flights of stairs. And it was an incredibly difficult experience. Part of the challenge for me at that time was simply to get through it. I had made a commitment to myself to not quit. I had made a commitment to myself to be different in college than I had been in high school, where in high school I often took the easy way out, looked for the least amount of work. In college I said, you know what, I'm going to do what I can to be the best, to be the fullest, to really express my full potential. And crew was a big part of that. And to a great extent it was extraordinarily rewarding because it gave me a benchmark to prove to myself that I had become the man I wanted to be. Now, was I the best rower? Absolutely not. Was I the weakest on the team? Absolutely not. And I took tremendous confidence from that because my goal was not to be the best. My goal was to survive, and not even to just survive, but to actually thrive at a certain level. And I did that. And it was tremendously rewarding and it was affirming. But here's the problem. Fast forward a few years, and I'm starting to work, I'm starting to develop my career, and I want to start working out and get back into shape. I could not work out without my coach's voice in my head. If I was between working and making dinner, and if I had, if I was doing a volunteer thing or had something happening in the evening or was getting together with friends, I might only have half an hour for a workout. And that would include dress and shower time, so it might actually only be a 20-minute workout. And I would feel so lazy. I would feel like I had taken the easy way out, like that promise I'd made to myself at that point 5 or so years earlier, I had compromised on that promise because I had this very high level of performance as established as a standard in my mind. And so it was very hard for me to accept that whatever I could do was good enough. And I think that is one of the biggest challenges that we get to when we talk about whether our commitment to health is a gift or a curse. We all have ideas or standards of what we should be doing, and it can be in any of the areas relating to our health. We should be getting 8 hours of sleep. We should be laying off dessert or not having that glass of wine with dinner every night. Or we should be exercising 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week. And this is not new. I am not telling you the formula for Coca-Cola when I say it's when we get into the shoulds that we get into trouble. That's not new. That's not what I want to talk about here. What I want to talk about is how do we get out of shoulding ourselves? How do we get out of expecting ourselves to either perform at a certain level or give up entirely? And here's what really happens when we do should ourselves, when we do say, I'm not working out enough, or I'm not feeling well this morning, I'm not going to work out. We then beat ourselves up for the decision that we've made. That's where it really becomes a curse. Let's just walk through the thinking. And again, this is not rocket science either. This is not the formula for Coca-Cola either. And all of you have experienced what I'm talking about. We don't do what we want to do, what we feel like we should be doing. We beat ourselves up for it, and it makes it harder for us to get back to doing the thing that's the best for ourselves. We literally take ourselves out of the game with this kind of whip that we use to beat ourselves up and say, oh, what's the use? I can't maintain an exercise program, or I really can't take care of myself. It's too hard to eat properly. It's too hard to get 8 hours sleep. I can't do it. I didn't do it last night. What's the point? It's so easy to use these experiences to get down on ourselves. The challenge is, how do we get out of that? And my only solution, again, not new, not the formula for Coca-Cola, not going to send rockets to Mars, is to shrink down what I call the event horizon. Let's look at it in really short terms. When we add "for now" at the end of any sentence, everything gets a little bit easier. I did not work out for now. I missed my workout today. For now. That doesn't mean I can't do a workout in the afternoon. That doesn't mean I can't take a 10-minute walk at lunch to change my geography, literally take myself out of the space I'm in and put myself in a different space, get entirely new and different stimulation, breathe in outside air, not the indoor air, see and hear whatever is happening out there, and think the different thoughts I'm going to think. I would even argue that the simple act of locomoting our bodies, putting ourselves in motion, taking one step and putting it in front of the other, is going to create some kind of thinking change. It's going to create some kind that there's a kinesiological response that our brain, that there's a kinesiological cause that changes our brain response when we take even a 10-minute walk. And I can tell myself I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my health. And that's good enough for now. Tomorrow morning is tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is not here. We spend so much time as humans projecting into the future. There's actually some really powerful neurological science that explains why we do it. There are ideas, very well documented science, that says we're actually projecting our reality. We think that we're reacting to reality, but the neuroscientists are telling us that we are creating our view of reality in every moment based on our previous experiences. We essentially choose our response based on things we've seen in the past. So, real quick, the example is if we're walking down a path and we hear a rattlesnake, well, we're going to determine how to respond to that rattlesnake based on what we've been taught or learned or heard before. And we're going to project fear, and we're going to say, I better freeze, I better leave, I better run, whatever we're going to do. But that's based on experiences we've had before or learnings we've had before, which kind of gets me back to the walk. We are changing our potential for projection when we're exposing ourselves to new experiences. What that means is we're taking in new information, and that gives us one more way to respond to the world, to project a reality that's different. And taking a walk can do it. Not eating dessert for tonight can be good enough, even if I had half a pie at lunch. Doing a 20-minute workout in the morning can be good enough if I can accept for myself that good enough is good enough. The other way this is said, again, not rocket science, not the formula for Coca-Cola, am I making the perfect be the enemy of the good? Yes, it's not perfect that I might have only done a 20-minute workout this morning, but it's good. It was good for me, it was good for my body, it created a kinesiological response to my brain chemistry, and that's a critical part of setting me up and helping me understand that I am in charge of my day. I get to make the decisions for my day that I want to make. And I made a decision to do a 20-minute workout. If I made a decision not to do that workout, that's my decision for today. I took a very long hike on the weekend. I needed time to recover. That's okay. I didn't sleep that well. I needed another half-hour sleep. Whatever I'm doing for myself, I am making choices about how I'm going to live today. That's what we get to do. And so when we peel back the layer behind our health domain and ask ourselves all these questions, are we sleeping well, eating well, getting enough exercise? What we're really saying is, are we making the choices in the moment that are the best for us in that moment? And sometimes that is the choice to have another piece of pie because we want it, and that's okay. And not to make the choice in the next moment to beat ourselves up and hold ourselves responsible for it. So can we shorten our event horizon? Can we say, this is good enough for now, and in an hour, at the next meal, tomorrow I can make a different decision if I choose to. But I'm the one making the choice. I'm in charge. Thanks so much for being here. Check out my YouTube channel, Mark Rothman Progress Coach. I'm going for 400 subscribers this month. I know you can help me get there. And leave a comment on this Facebook Live. Like it as well. And I'll see you next week, Tuesday morning, 9 a.m.